Wow, Jimmy. That was everything Ladies' Home Journal said it would be.
Glad you liked it, because so did the viewers watching from home.
Being with you just made me feel so alive from New York. It's Saturday night!
What it is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD, and today we're here to check out Everytime. Meg Griffin was the greatest character in Family Guy. Now, I, for one, am curious because they haven't showed her in the greatest light for this entire time that Family Guy has been airing.
These are 10 episodes where Meg ruled Family Guy. Starting with the time Meg became obsessed with Santa Claus after experiencing the Big O while bouncing on his knee in Christmas is Coming. So it's Christmas time and Meg's taking Stewie to meet Santa at the mall. But like all babies, Stewie starts to cry as soon as he hits his lap. You know you've met the actual Santa before, even threatened to kill him? What's so scary about sitting on a grown stranger's lap?
Is it okay if I just hold him for the picture?
Ho, ho, ho! Of course. Sit right here, young lady.
See, Stewie, it's not so bad. There's nothing to... Meg, what are you doing?
And he makes everyone feel so...
I'm not liking that smile on her.
Shut up, everyone! Shut up! Shut up! Just shut up!
All right, God. So whatever is happening is making Meg see visions of tennis player Jimmy Connors. If you're a tennis head or you know how to use Wikipedia, then you know this win of his was a pretty big deal.
What just happened?
Well, that little experience has Meg fantasizing about old Saint Nick.
Are you ready for me, Meg?
Look, everyone has their own hear-me-outs, and Santa isn't the weirdest pick I've seen. But getting the Big O while on his knee makes this 1,000 times weirder.
Are you ready to get up?
Huh?
I said it's time to get out.
So Meg lets her mom know that she's infatuated with a guy, but leaves out that she's talking about Santa. Kinda feels like the most important piece of the puzzle there.
It all happened so quick, but I really feel something. Am I crazy?
No, trust your instincts.
I feel like most instincts probably shouldn't drive you to chase a guy several thousands of years older than you. Unfortunately, it wasn't a great experience for everyone involved.
I haven't slept in 2 days. Is this still that Santa thing? Get over it. You didn't see the things I saw.
Well, there's no easy way to put this, Stewie. Literally. Now that they own Fox, Brian will have to put it in Disney terms.
Santa made her Little Mermaid Moana. Oh, exactly.
Yep, handle that information accordingly. And the horrors aren't over yet as Meg takes Stewie back to the mall so he, or should I say she, can visit Santa. Oh God, and she's not wearing pants this time.
Huh. Something's different.
Hey, Meg, can you cut that out?
Dad?
Well, that's one way to ruin your intimate fantasies going forward. At least he wasn't the Santa from yesterday. That would create some mental problems I don't think could ever be fixed. So Meg manages to track that Santa down at another mall.
Hey, come on, a little harder than that.
Look, I don't feel comfortable.
Please! It's Christmas, please!
Geez, at least buy the guy dinner first. But this isn't the right Santa either.
I need to find him! He made me a woman! Where is he?
And now you've gone and spoiled the secret of mall Santas. We used to give people the electric chair for such a crime, but Meg just gets banned from the mall. So Meg goes on a journey to every mall she can, bouncing on every Santa's knee, looking for the knee of her dreams, but to no avail.
Santa?
Yes, Meg. It's me, Santa.
Oh sweet, he was just standing in the dark over there. A very chill thing to do when a woman is alone in a parking lot.
Quick, let me sit on your leg.
No, that's not what I'm here for.
Yes, it is. Now sit down.
As if doing this to a random guy wasn't weird enough, he reveals that he is, in fact, the real Santa. So yeah, doing that to a guy who sees you when you're sleeping, not the most holly jolly of feelings.
You see, I know what each and every person needs for Christmas. For you, it was your first time seeing Jimmy Connors.
So he gave that gift to Meg? I think that might actually be even worse. I guess she got what she wanted for Christmas, but I don't know, now I feel all gross. But that's not her weirdest gift, as Meg almost received the gift of death after joining a cult planning to drink poison Kool-Aid and Chitty Chitty Death Bang. So Meg comes home crying one day, which isn't exactly out of the ordinary for her.
God, I hate high school. I don't fit in with anyone.
And this is season 1 Meg we're talking about. This is the point where she had the most friends she's ever had in the entire show.
Just be the girl you think everyone else wants you to be.
Wow, it's so obvious.
Yeah, just fake it till you make it. And once you make it, keep faking it because no one wants to see the real you still.
Boy, it sure is great being thin and popular.
Let's go throw up.
But Meg's just gonna keep striking out with the cheerleaders. She needs someone a little more off.
Hi, I'm Jennifer.
I'm Meg.
Oh my god, your hair is so beautiful, I just want to brush it.
This is more your speed, Meg. Just look at that horse's grin and lifeless goldfish eyes. So Meg brings her new friend to her house.
Meg, you made a friend.
All right, no need to act so shocked. Damn.
You know what's nice? Having a friend like Meg. and kittens.
What a very normal and very human thing to say, Jennifer. I totally don't think you're an alien who stole the skin off a teenage girl and is now wearing it as its own.
Friends forever.
Forever and ever.
Hopefully forever isn't too long. Staring at that smile's bound to drive you to madness.
Jennifer invited me to a party on Saturday.
This Saturday?
Unfortunately, that's Stewie's birthday. Totally reasonable to request that Meg be there, even if this is her one and only shot of making a friend.
I can't believe you put your family before your own daughter.
She's a whiny little runt, isn't she?
But Meg attends that party anyway, where I guess she missed out on the blue tracksuit memo.
We're gonna have a great time on our trip.
A trip? Like to the beach? Because I didn't bring my bathing suit.
It's not that kind of trip. It's the kind of trip that only cyanide, arsenic, and rat poison can take you on, and I know what you're thinking. No, it's not Detroit. As the clock ticks down, Meg starts to realize the guests are weirder than she imagined.
All the guys here have been castrated. It's cool.
Man, I can't keep up with all the new trends going on with the teens. Maybe I should see what this castration thing is all about.
Please don't. Just wrap it up. I guarantee it's way less painful.
But the group's leader finally shows up to really get the party started.
My children rejoice, the hour of transformation is close at hand.
Hopefully it's the party that's going to transform, because right now it's looking lame as hell. But Meg, ever the follower, is eager to fit in.
Great. Well, then all you need is a dark blue jogging suit.
Would have helped if a tire was listed on the invite. Some host you are. But before Meg can drink the literal Kool-Aid, Peter arrives to bring her home.
Meg, your mother wants the family together today.
It's just Stewie's birthday, so what if I'm not there?
But Peter manages to get through to her, convincing her about the importance of family and junk. This seems to resonate with all these little weirdos too.
Mr. Griffin, could we come to Stewie's party too?
Sure, the more the merrier.
And this party deserves a toast.
Here's to family.
To family!
Oh, geez, look at the time. Come on.
Good job, Peter. You saved your daughter from joining a death cult. Meg no doubt learned a lesson about being yourself rather than following the crowd. It's like that age-old question. If all your friends drank a poison vat of Kool-Aid that's certain to kill you, would you drink it too? But Meg did learn a lesson about the price of fame during the time she got a makeover, became a pop star, and had her lovemaking aired on live TV in Don't Make Me Over. So Meg's fawning over a classmate, Craig Hoffman, who looks like if a motorcycle came to life.
Oh my god, he is so gorgeous. And he plays by no one's rules but his own.
What does that even mean? He's attending public school while wearing school-appropriate clothing. If he were a true rebel, he'd be skipping school while wearing a dress. Now that's someone worth losing it over.
No.
But Meg shoots her shot anyway.
How about a movie?
I don't go out with dudes.
He would if he was a real rebel. God, this guy's a poser. But Meg's still upset, so Lois offers to take her to the mall to try to find her a new confidence-boosting look.
Megan Lowriders. Ugh, enough of that.
Believe it or not, Stewie's reaction is actually pretty nice compared to others.
How do these jeans look?
A simple no probably would have worked too. But luck strikes when they learn that the news is offering a makeover to turn someone into a real star.
Miss Takanawa! Miss Takanawa!
I've got a real logo for you over here. But is Meg the kind of girl they're looking for? So not only would a makeover help Meg, but it could potentially also save lives.
Peter, take a look at your daughter.
Wow, who knew nice hair, makeup, and new clothes could make someone look good? Finally, we've cracked the code. Meg's new look is a hit at school, but does it pass the Craig Hoffman test?
Now that you're attractive, how about we go out sometime?
Gosh, I'd love to.
Great, I'll pick you up whenever I feel like it.
Hopefully in that time you'll learn how to clear his throat. Guy sounds like a fork stuck in a drain. But Meg gets even more admiration when she goes to support Peter's band's first show at a prison. Yeah, Peter's in a band, don't worry about it.
Oh my god, we don't know any songs.
You get off the stage!
Before they can get shanked, Lois improvises and turns the family into a band. And luckily for her, that makeover included a new set of vocal cords for Meg.
Gonna buy me a rainbow. Buy me a rainbow.
In case you're curious, Meg's voice actor Mila Kunis hates singing. So for this episode, they got Tara Strong, who you may know as Timmy Turner, Bubbles, and Ben Tennyson to do the singing. And honestly, she kills it. They kill it so much that they get approached by a producer.
You guys were great. My name's Jimmy Iovine, and I'd like to make you filthy rich rock stars.
Wow, you can meet the coolest people in prison. I should network there sometime. And so the family becomes an overnight success, but the fame starts to get to some people's heads. Don't want to point any fingers, but it rhymes with Quagmire.
Lois, go grab me another bag of Skittles.
Excuse me, young lady?
Did I freaking stutter?
But they'll have to put their crumbling relationships aside because they've got big news.
Meg, you and your family are gonna perform on Saturday Night Live.
Hopefully it'll be one of the good episodes, not one of the episodes where it makes it wonder how this show's still on the air. It's like a 50-50 toss-up these days.
I'm Jimmy Fallon. It's great to finally meet you. I'm hosting.
So Jimmy takes her to his dressing room. Nothing to see here, just a totally not creepy pairing of a teenager and a grown man.
Wow, Jimmy. That was everything Ladies' Home Journal said it would be.
Glad you liked it, because so did the viewers watching from home.
Being with you just made me feel so alive from New York. It's Saturday night!
So he used their hot little moment as the show's cold open.
Are you telling me that my daughter was deflowered in front of 1.5 times the Mad TV audience?
Hi, Peter. Thanks for finally tuning in. So it's time for him to take out his frustrations on Jimmy Fallon.
All right, now where's the guy who slept with my daughter?
So things return to normal, and while Meg gives up her career and new look, I'm sure it felt good to be on top of the world for a day. Welcome back to the bottom. But there's no bottom like being dead, which is what her family thought she was when she went off to make a new life for herself and better off Meg. So Meg comes home to an empty house while the family's off having fun at the boardwalk.
Hello?
Mom, where are you guys?
Who is this?
It's Meg.
But that can't be Meg. Meg's at the amusement park with them. Just look at the barrel-shaped body type, the moppy hair, and the hat. She's unmistakable. The caller is clearly an imposter.
If this is you, what's your birthday?
March 23rd.
I have no idea if that's correct.
Hey, she has the same birthday as Damon Albarn from the Gorillas. That's something.
Now let's get back to the fair and enjoy our March 23rd.
So the birthday girl goes and spends her day at the bowling alley instead.
I just need a license.
Thanks.
Oh, and happy birthday.
When no one else got you, Bruce always got you. But later that night, the family catches a depressing breaking news story.
Tragedy strikes close to home as a car crash near my apartment claims the life of a local teen girl.
Thank God for main character syndrome, because we'll never have to worry about that.
It pains me above the waist to tell you that Meg is dead.
But that's impossible. Meg's sitting right there. Who's this barrel and what has he done with Meg? So apparently Meg was burned beyond recognition and was identified by her ID. Dang, they're making driver's licenses fireproof now?
The girl killed near my apartment was Meg Griffin.
What? I'm not dead.
So it looks like Bruce accidentally gave the wrong girl Meg's ID. That's what you get from huffing shoe spray all day. And when Meg spies on her own funeral, she's disappointed to see that barely anyone showed up.
Well, that's it. I'm off to a new town to start a new life.
And that's exactly what she does, moving into a nice new apartment and even quickly making some friends.
Hi, new neighbor. I just thought I'd come by and see if I could borrow a cup of tampons.
Why, of course. After all, you can't bake a cake without them. But to keep up the charade, Meg will need a new name.
My name is... Hallway. Natalie Hallway.
Interesting choice to go with a name very similar to that high school girl who was murdered in Aruba. Totally not in poor taste or anything. Things seem to be going well for Chris too, who's now getting plenty of attention at school.
I heard you scored with the girls' basketball team yesterday.
Yep, 12 points and 8 rebounds.
Who knew having a dead sister could be so rewarding?
Hello?
Hey, Chris.
Damn it! I mean, oh, hey Meg, that's cool you're alive and stuff. And it turns out Meg actually wants to come home.
I missed Mom. I missed you. I missed the whole family.
Well, that's sweet and all, but Chris is finally popular, so she might just have to stay dead.
Let's talk about it in the van.
So Chris decides to leave Meg tied up in a warehouse. Kinda screwed up that she's more valuable to him dead than alive, huh?
Well, Meg, looks like you really are dead this time.
And as her life flashes before her eyes, she becomes aware of one glaring similarity in her final memories.
I'm not in any of these.
Man, if your own subconscious can't even remember you fondly, it just might be over for you.
I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna live. I'm getting out of here.
So what's her plan? Smashing her face against the ground until there's enough blood to slide out on, duh. Feel like you could just shimmy to the door, but you've already started, so might as well keep going.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
And now Chris can get what's coming to him.
Anyway, Meg, wherever you are, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sucks to see Meg return to little fanfare, but at least she knows she could probably leave at any time and find a good life outside the house. Just maybe think of a name that isn't the same as a missing girl, perhaps? But Meg did make a name for herself as a crazy party animal when she and Peter went on a bender and were left stranded in the middle of the ocean and crimes in Meg's demeanor. So it's the weekend, but Meg, as usual, has nothing going on.
Just finished an angel food cake. Might go out to the trash, see if there's any possums to kiss.
Oh, you teenagers and your crazy hijinks.
Come on, it's your senior year. Somebody must be having a party or something.
Yeah, but typically you need to be invited to those. Wouldn't be surprised if most parties had a do not admit poster with Meg's face on it.
Come on, you should go. You know, let loose a little.
You know what? You're right.
Thanks for the pep talk, Peter, even if it was just so you could have the TV. So Meg and her friends crash the party. There's just something about blaring electronic music and having all the lights on in the house that already gives me PTSD from my high school parties.
Time to mingle. Hey, you guys talking Big Bang over here?
Big Bang Theory is so last decade. It's all about young Sheldon now, girl.
Well, I've tried everything.
We just don't have anything in common with these guys.
Well, there's a quick way to fix that. They're all drinking, so...
Ugh! Meg, come on, don't go crazy.
Yeah, everyone's casually drinking. Your middle-aged father regretting all his life decisions drinking.
That was just lucky.
Oh, yeah?
Turns out every party needs a clown, and Meg just might have the skills to earn her the title.
Wow, Meg's so good at casually tossing bottles over her shoulder so they land upright.
It's like jingling keys in front of a baby. But as Meg keeps drinking, Lois starts to get worried.
This is serious. Alcoholism runs in our family.
And it drives in the family, gets into fights in the family, orders Taco Bell at 3 a.m. in the family.
Dad's the one who pushed me to go into that party.
Oh, he did he?
Ooh, Dad's in trouble.
Snitches.
So Peter has a talk with Meg relating to his own time as a high school partier.
I remember going to parties, walking up with a six-pack. You're so excited to get there, you start jogging a little.
Peter, are you trying to make me reminisce about high school? Because, damn it, you're actually making me miss the worst years of my life.
You want to see where I was sitting when you were born?
But I think Peter might turn around on the whole thing when he realizes he and his daughter finally have something in common. But Meg's underage. How can she drink at the bar?
Don't worry, I got it covered.
Wow, these fakes are getting better and better. Forget the picture. Doesn't being 4'8" technically make you a little person?
Jerome, make it 2!
And by 2, she must have meant 200, because Meg and Peter go on a good old-fashioned bender. From Vegas to frat parties, the two get absolutely wasted. But like most benders, it takes them a bit off-road. And occasionally off-land.
Ugh, I don't feel so hot. What is wrong with me?
Aw, baby's first hangover. Won't be long until she gets baby's first withdrawal and baby's first liver failure.
This is why you shouldn't drink. Booze is nothing but trouble, and you don't need it. You got a good brain in your head.
I think the old do as I say, not as I do talk is a bit late considering drinking stranded you guys in the ocean.
You just worry about being you.
Don't worry, Dad. I'll never be anything like you.
Aw, the words every father wants to hear. Luckily for them, a helicopter comes to save the day. I guess it's a little sad that Meg and Peter only really like each other when they're drinking, but let's be honest, that's probably the average parent-child experience. But Meg harnessed the power of her hatred for her dad to become the high school's star basketball player, and white Meg can't jump. So during lunch at school, Meg witnesses the lunch lady putting her oven mitts back on. And you know what that means. Please tell me, because I have absolutely no clue.
Second tray of French bread pizza coming out!
I'm glad Meg's embraced her weirdo status after so many years of rejecting it. So she blocks all the other kids from getting the first slice, which impresses the principal.
Have you ever considered trying out for the girls' basketball team?
Considering she's built like and has the height of a Funko Pop, no, I can't imagine she has. So Meg goes to tryouts to see if she's the next Brianna Stewart, who, funnily enough, goes by the nickname STEWIE. How about that?
Oh. Yeah, no.
Okay, so she's more like if Brianna Stewart suffered from paralysis.
Hey, Meg, I can see your penis. Yeah, she looked.
She did look.
But Peter's comments fire her up enough that she's hitting nothing but net. Nothing fuels you like a hatred for your father.
Well, okay, you're on the team.
But it turns out that when Meg doesn't have Peter's annoying comments in her ear, she's actually not that good.
What happened to the Meg I saw in tryouts? Our first game is tomorrow, and the whole team is counting on you.
Maybe, just maybe, a team sport shouldn't revolve around just one player. Just a thought.
Unless it's LeBron James and Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods too, when his wife isn't beating him.
Heckled you. You played well.
I just wanted to prove him wrong.
Well, if she wants to play well, she's gonna need that idiot in the bleachers.
Hey, Meg, if that pass was HPV, you would have caught it.
At least he's doing his part by making the insults interesting.
Hey, Meg, this is the closest you're ever gonna get to hardwood.
And just like that, Peter's heckling creates a star b-baller. But see, when my dad heckled me at games, I would just sit on the court and cry. And now here I am, a YouTuber. Life is funny that way.
Hey, Meg, you play like Kobe. Beef! Jiminy Christmas.
But like any muscle, overuse will cause it to give out. Looks like the MVP of the sidelines has sidelined himself.
Don't throw it to Griffin! She said...
So with no screaming Peter, they try to find other ways to have his voice heard.
You're doing to this game what R. Kelly did to all those... Yeah, no, I'm not saying the rest of that.
No need, the image is very loud and clear. But now it's the championship game, and with no insults, Meg will have to dig deep to find the fire she needs.
Oh. You're doing in this game what R. Kelly did to all of those women. Or Bill Cosby if you want to be current about it.
Come on, you could do this. Everyone who's not looking at their phone is counting on you.
But she misses that free throw. I don't know why, but every orifice of mine is clenched in anticipation.
Time out!
So Meg goes right to the source and gives Peter a taste of his own medicine.
Well, guess what, you tubby piece of crap? I don't need you.
You just gonna let her talk to you that way, Peter? Where's the alcoholic dad rage we know you for?
From the bottom of my heart, I wish we never had you.
Wow, that's probably the worst thing I've ever heard him say to her, and that is exactly what she needed.
And Meg Griffin wins it!
Somehow Meg seems to be the most athletically superior of all the Griffins, which is wild to think about. It's nice to see her finally get a day in the sun, even if it means hearing about how much your dad doesn't love you. But hey, dads are temporary. High school basketball is forever. But Meg's athletic journey doesn't stop there, as she once made her way to the Winter Olympics and ended up having to save Peter from a North Korean detention camp. So Meg is off to her biathlete Olympic qualifier. You know, that thing she's definitely known for.
If I win today, I'm going to the Olympics.
Why is this the first we're hearing about this?
It's not.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Who knows what kind of secret life Meg leads? Though it's not really a secret, the family just doesn't care to pay attention. I guess the signs are always there.
The broccoli must die.
All right, I'm off to train for the Olympics.
Dang, so she's been training since she was voiced by Lacey Chabert? How'd I miss that?
I guess I'll just drive there by myself. In my Jeep.
Wait a minute, you have a Jeep?
This Meg character sounds pretty cool. Where's she been all these years? So the family attends Meg's tryout, where the event combines cross-country skiing with rifle shooting. Is that a real thing? My research has concluded that is in fact a thing. I'd love to see more sports combined for the Olympics. I think I could be a gold medalist in freestyle dancing shot put.
You're going down, Meg. Lacey Chabert? That's right. This should be my Olympics.
I was not expecting a Meg versus Meg Olympic throwdown. Although that's not actually Lacey Chabert voicing her. She must still be bitter about losing out on the role of a lifetime.
Yay, Meg! Wow, Meg is going to the Olympics!
So when the family goes to South Korea for the games, Peter gets a little too drunk on a train and gets kicked off.
What are you gonna do about it? You're just a train conductor who has a huge kicking foot?
Yep, administered by the government for such an occasion. For Peter, he gets kicked from the good Korea to the bad Korea.
Like your missiles? I'm about to go ballistic.
If only that's what happened. This is what happened.
Ow! A northern bird flew into my nuts!
The news makes its way back to Lois the next morning.
Why does Peter have to ruin every family vacation?
A fair argument, but I would be a tad more concerned considering he's in the country most people can never leave.
Your father has been kidnapped by North Korea. We've got to save him.
But Meg's race is this afternoon. Sorry, Peter, guess you'll have to pledge allegiance to North Korea's God Emperor.
Where was he when I needed help? Where were any of you guys?
Go easy on him, Meg. They just met you, like a few days ago. Well, it looks like Peter's about to be pew-pewed by the firing squad until a battle cry rings through the trees.
Lacey Chabert!
Meg!
It's no Leroy Jenkins, but it'll do. So Meg tears through the troops and makes it to Peter.
There's only one way. An impossible video game escape.
Oh, can it be GoldenEye?
Before Call of Duty, before Overwatch, this was the king of first-person shooters. We really took a game that felt like it was being played with cement dipped in honey and thought it was the best thing ever. And you know, it still kinda is.
You may not have won a gold medal in the games, but you won one in our hearts.
Aw, Lois, that means absolutely nothing. Still, at least Meg got the opportunity to be a cool hero rather than the punchline like usual. This girl's just full of surprises, and maybe one day we can hear a little less shut up Meg and a little more tell us more Meg. Yeah, right, can you imagine? But Meg managed to pull off another surprise when she killed her high school bully with the power of her body and a fistful of Meg. So Meg and her friends are gossiping over a new kid in school.
Mike Pulaski, he's a complete psycho. I heard he knifed a kid on the playground, then beat up the knife.
Well, this sounds like a lovely, misunderstood fellow who probably just needs to get to know him first.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
See, he's into the arts. He can't be all that bad. When Meg and her friends are making plans, she actually runs into that big wall of man.
Sure, sounds great.
And now she got sauce on his vest. You know how many denim couches he had to knife up to make that?
Fudge.
Only I didn't say fudge. I said.
But surely Mike seems like a reasonable guy. Maybe this can all be settled over a nice spaghetti lunch eaten off of Meg's shirt.
3 o'clock, Friday.
I will destroy you.
Well, seems like as good a time as ever to flee the country. Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. But it looks like a lot of people are looking forward to this fight.
Remember that all wagers on Friday's Meg Griffin slaughter must be on my desk by Thursday.
Now we're talking. I want 100 down on Meg lasting less than 3 minutes, I want 70 on no more than 10 punches being thrown, and I want 50 on more than a cup of blood being spilled. Gambling's only a problem if you lose, baby.
What am I gonna do? That psycho is going to kill me. Meg, you gotta find a way out of this fight.
So Meg tries to get herself expelled in probably not the best way.
That sex tape I released should be everywhere by now, and then they'll have to kick me out of the school.
Yeah, but the issue with that is that someone will actually have to want to watch that video.
Ooh.
You know what? Good for her.
Let's pray this is one of those childhood memories that get repressed. Next, Meg tries to hire herself some protection.
What would it take to get you to beat up Mike Pulaski?
Mental Mike? Are you kidding?
Those guys had every right to be worried because they all got beaten into one single blob.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
He even used the correct version of your. This guy definitely means business.
What am I gonna do?
They're screwed.
Is that Quagmire?
Mr. Quagmire? What are you doing in here?
This is my base of operations.
You can call him a creep, you can call him a weirdo, but you can't call him unprofessional. Anyway, Quagmire hears about Meg's problem and wants to help.
I'm gonna help you defeat Mike Pulaski.
And what exactly does this string bean of a man know about fighting?
I never faced my bully. I don't want you to make the same mistake.
Oh, so you didn't even fight your bully? So again I ask, what do you know about fighting?
Over the years, I've tested the limits of the human body. How much it can stuff in, swallow, or choke on.
Did you ever learn how to throw a punch? Might be an important part of being in a fight.
He may be stronger than you, but you're grosser, and you're gonna use that. Your weird body can be a dangerous weapon if used properly.
Well, the day of the fight arrives, so let's see Quagmire's training in action.
Oh, he punched her pretty! Oh. Ow, he punched her ugly again!
Oh.
Hey, if he hits her with an odd number of punches, she might come out of this okay.
Meg, remember what I taught you. Use the gross.
And so she does, hitting him with a kiss and a popped pimple to the face before going in for the killing blow.
Oh.
Okay, so seeing Meg's body has the same effect as witnessing the power of God in the Ark of the Covenant. Not sure if that's a great inclusion for her resume, but what the hell, throw it on there anyway. And something else you could throw on there is being an experienced getaway driver, which she became for her new flink Seymour and hard-boiled Meg. So Meg's spending her days at the bowling alley challenging the poor souls there to pool games.
My money's on the table.
Can you please get out of my way?
You know, at some point in the later seasons, Meg gained a level of confidence that I guess is good for her, but also makes her look like a huge poser.
I got my mind and my mustard and my mustard on my mind.
And now mustard packets are in the discussion. So she's a poser and she's depressing.
Hey, if you really got nothing going on, I could use a ride home.
Well, hello there.
My name's Seymour.
I'm Meg, but everyone here calls me Thrash.
I feel like most people usually leave out the first H when they call you that, though. So Meg gives Seymour a ride home, but first he has to stop at a 7-Eleven. Looks like he's got that late-night craving for crime.
I'll just do You don't need that.
Wait right here.
And not long after, Seymour comes out with a cartoonish sack full of money. Where do you even buy a burlap sack for robberies anymore?
Let's go, Meg! Drive!
Oh, and she drives. She drives like the driver in the movie Drive, who only does one thing.
I drive.
She drives so well that she manages to masterfully escape the cops.
All right, Meg. That was awesome. Where have you been all my life?
Probably eating mustard packets somewhere, most likely. And so Meg and Seymour continue their stealing spree, robbing every convenience store in town. Robbing banks is so last century. Now it's all about robbing places that sell lottery tickets and questionable chicken wings.
I love hanging out with you. That was such a rush.
I guess it beats doing booger sugar like the rest of her age. Or is it? I don't know. Can't kids just make good choices nowadays? See, Chris is doing normal teen stuff like torturing and killing insects. Oh, and also eavesdropping on his sister.
Oh my god, Meg's gonna commit a robbery. What am I gonna do?
If you're lucky, blackmail her and try to get yourself a cut of the steal.
I heard what you said in the car. Meg, I think you're very confused about something.
What's so confusing about robbing a department store like Ross, which probably gets way more credit card payments than cash payments? Sounds fine to me, but Meg goes through with the plan anyway, and she and Seymour drive off into the night, managing to juke the cops out on a rising bridge. Hopefully Thankfully, she considers a future in Formula One because she's being wasted on just petty theft.
We did it, Meg! That was... wow.
But Meg is a tad worried Seymour's just using her for her mad skills. But to profess his love, he decides to sing a song from a musical where a giant alien plant eats everyone in town. Okay, I guess.
Suddenly Seymour.
Seymour!
I guess the police aren't big Little Shop of Horrors fans. So Meg speeds off but comes to a halt when she crashes into Peter. He has Quagmire bound and gagged in his trunk, but don't worry about that because Chris is also here.
Meg, get out of here. I'll take the heat for this.
What? Why?
Oh, you know, just brother things. But what are they gonna do about there's no body?
Meg, there never was a Seymour.
Holy, Twilight Zone and an M. Night Shyamalan movie combined, Batman. So Meg never actually committed those crimes or met Seymour, she just hallucinated the entire thing. I guess mustard packets are considered a hallucinogen now. Regardless, it was cool to see Meg get an opportunity to be as hardcore as she's ever been, even if it was all in her head. But Meg had her ultimate hardcore moment when she finally stood up to her family and tore them all a new one during a hurricane and seahorse seashell party. So there's a hurricane ravaging Quahog, leaving the Griffins stuck inside. And with no working TV, I give it an hour before they're at each other's throats.
I'm bored.
Yeah, this sucks. What are we supposed to do all day?
I just can listen to Peter make dad noises. I guess you can take a screwdriver and jam it into your ear instead. Come on, anyone have any good ideas?
Oh, hey, I know. Let's play finger bang. Bang, bang! I'm gonna finger bang you, Chris!
If someone overheard this without seeing the game, Child Protective Services would be at that door immediately.
Hey, me too! Bang!
Oh, no one wants to get finger banged by you, Meg.
I mean, that is the appropriate response if your daughter says she wants to finger bang you, but did he have to be such a jerk about it? Alright, what dumb activity's next on the schedule?
Oh, hey, I got an idea. Let's have a sing-along.
And by sing-along, he means humming the instrumental from Indiana Jones. It goes on for like a minute, and yes, it's just as dumb as it sounds.
Damn it, Meg, will you stop that? That is so annoying.
And just like that, the family all gangs up on Meg.
Yeah, shut up, Meg!
No! You shut up, Chris! I am sick of all you guys ganging up on me!
Up first on the chopping block, Chris.
You're my brother! You're supposed to be on my side, and you're such a bastard to me!
Honestly, Chris is probably the nicest one to Meg, but I think her point still stands. They need to stick together, but often Chris abandons her or pretends she's dead, like we saw earlier.
All right, Meg, that's enough. You've had your little dramatic outburst.
Oh, you want some of this, Lois?
Is this coming from my role model mother? The shoplifter, the drug addict, the porn star?
Meg rips into her, calling her out for taking advantage of Meg's trust and using it to belittle and demean her.
You're my mother, and you took a child's trust and smashed it into bits.
What's the matter? Gonna cry about it, Lois? Oh, I guess she is.
You're right, I'm a terrible mother. I'm so sorry.
Well, in my eyes, Meg is 2-0 right now. Anyone else want to get in the ring with her?
I didn't think I had a dog in this fight, but my money's on Harry Potter over there.
Oh, you think that's funny, fat?
Peter, you just saw the bear maul 2 people to death, and you think it's a good idea to poke it?
Take a good look at yourself, Peter Griffin. You're a waste of a man.
Meg's teardown basically makes the whole family unravel and causes them to turn on one another.
You shut up, all of you! I didn't ask to be in this family!
Drama queen. You'd think after all that Meg would be feeling good, but she actually doesn't.
Do you think it's possible that this family can't survive without some sort of lightning rod to absorb all the dysfunction?
Maybe a family designed like that doesn't deserve to survive. But with no family, we have no show, and Meg's gotta keep those shareholders happy.
Maybe if I feel bad, they don't have to.
So she takes one for the team.
You guys, I have something to say. You're right. It's all my fault.
If the family had any semblance of self-awareness, they would know that's not true and apologize to Meg.
Maybe if I feel bad, they don't have to.
A very mature move, Meg. I think the family will definitely appreciate that.
You're a
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well, at least Meg got to speak her mind and put these maniacs in their place, even if it was only for a few minutes. Brian might have been right when he said that Meg's the strongest member of the family, because I would have blown that house up if I were in her shoes.
Or at least covered it in extremely vicious and/or ravenous fire ants that had loaded pistols on it. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to comment, like, and/or subscribe. It's your boy BlastphamousHD. Twisms.